And this plays 2 to 4 players and takes about 60 to 120 minutes to play. And this is one that I had a lot of fun learning about because it has a really fun theme and something that I haven't ever seen before in board games, because in this game you are playing as drag queens and you are competing in a lip sync dance battle against your opponents. The game also has some really neat mechanisms to it, which I'll get into in a second, but at the start of the game, players are going to be putting their characters out on the main stage, and the entire stage is always going to be bedazzled with these different gems, and players can perform a number of optional actions on their turn, and the first one is to move, and I really like how this is implemented because players can move in any direction, even diagonally, as many spaces as they want, and players will collect any gem they land on, but then you're also going to collect any of the gems that you pass through that also match the color of the gem that you landed on. So let's say that your character was standing on this purple heart here. If you were to move in a straight line and end on this green token, you would gain that green token, but you would also gain the 2 green tokens that you pass through because they match that color. I just think that's a really neat puzzle where players are going to be trying to get as many tokens as they can, but then also trying to set them up for their next turn and trying to end in a spot that puts them in the best position to get the most tokens every time they get to take this action. And the next action players can take is to take one of the cards from the display, which is going to be showing a few different cards, and they're going to be of a few different colors, and you can just take whichever card you want into your hand. But if there are other cards in display that match the color of the card that you took, then you're going to gain lip tokens equal to the number of cards of that color. And this brings me to the next action, which is the dance action, where players can actually play these cards by spending the gems that they've collected in order to activate them, and that will score you victory points and move you up the victory point track. And this brings us to the final action that you can take, and this is your lip sync action. And this is where you're going to be spending those lip tokens to claim different lyrics of a song. And the way that you claim lyrics is that there's a whole bunch of lyric tokens that are going to be randomly put out on the board at the start of the game. And those are going to be taken from left to right until all of those tokens are taken, depending on player count. And collecting those lyric tokens and combining them with your dance action is going to increase the amount of point potential that you can gain. But to gain those tokens, you're going to have to spend those lip tokens that you gained earlier, and you're going to want to make sure that you're spending those on the right lyrics because you can chain together lyrics of the same color, and the different lyrics do come at a different cost and can offer different scoring potentials. You're going to be earning victory points anytime you complete those dance moves or claim those lyrics, so you're going to want to do your best to do both of those as much as possible, and the player that wins the most victory points at the end of the game wins the game.